follow me in the stretching, or you can do your own stretches, you know, but just go down like this.
Chris, can you scoot over there for me, please?
Yeah, thank you. Alright, we're doing readings on Osho first in the morning. We're on page 18, day 36. Unless one drops all borrowed knowledge, one cannot be wise. And the beginning of wisdom is in being blissful. So drop all ideas of guilt. There's no need to feel guilty. You are perfectly good as you are. This is the way existence has made you. The whole responsibility is its. Rejoice in the way you are. What else can you do? The moment you understand this, the moment you accept yourself as you are, a tremendous miracle happens. Immediately you start growing because guilt disappears and cheerfulness enters your being. And in the climate of cheerfulness, growth becomes possible. Hence I say, laughter is one of the most religious qualities. And reflection?
My reflection is that could go different ways. First, let's start off on the martial art perspective. It's very simple to me. It's just like when we speak philosophy, it's that in order for you to acquire more knowledge from somebody trying to teach from your seafood, you got to empty your cup. That's just very common and very popular by him. And it's the same thing here. When every martial artist come here, you might have a background in either boxing, any style you have, but you got to in order for you to grow, you got to totally forget what you know and start from ground zero. And that's what I bring me to reflection. And the other part is that I would like to do anything else. Let's say for sparring, for example, if you have an issue outside of the school, like personal issue or whatever, business, it's not going to be productive sparring because your mind is corrupted. And you're thinking about either somebody to make you mad, and you want to not totally focus on your condition or your what you're supposed to learn here. So that is very important that what you just said, Sifu, because a lot of people come here with previous knowledge from out of school, and then you can't teach them anything because they're so stuck on what they're learning. Instead of opening up their mind and learn something new, they won't do that. And then if you have people coming here with eagerness, say they're badass coming here, they're not going to learn anything either, because what is to teach them is to figure they already learn everything. So you got to let go of your ego, and then you have to open your mind, leave anything negativity outside the school. That's why I like the meditation, because it make you reflect, it make you think, it make you just get a peace of mind, forget everything that happened in the past, future, and just live the moment. That's why I love meditation now, because at first I never had a grasp on it. But now my understanding is wider and more clear what meditation is really on. So I appreciate this class. If I could do this class every day, I'm straight, because I'm learning something new every time I do this class. And that's what I think we have to open up our mind and don't deal with personals or the world. When you hear meditation, clear your mind and you will learn and you will progress. That's why I'm getting out of that.
Day 37. The dancers appear when the dancer dissolves into it, when the dancer is no longer there. When you cannot find the dancer and only the dance remains. That's what meditation is, sannyas is, ecstasy is, and ultimately that's what existence is. Slowly, slowly learn how to dissolve. Dissolve in any act, then the act becomes a dance. If you are jogging, you disappear in the jogging, so there's no jogger, only jogging remains. Or if you are running in the early morning and there's no runner but only the running, you are so possessed by the act itself that there is only the act and no doer inside. Then it is a dance. Whenever you can lose yourself, there is dance and there is sannyas. Slowly, slowly, let it become your very heart. Then existence becomes seeking and searching for you. You need not go anywhere. One day it knocks on your very door. And reflection. Day 38. Don't keep yourself separate. Seeing a rose, become the rose. Seeing the sunset, be lost in it. Don't remain aloof, cold. Don't remain just a spectator. Become a participant. Seeing the sky full of stars, become part of it, a small star. But participate in the dance. To me, that's what religion is. Dissolving oneself in the whole. Just as a river disappears into the ocean, you disappear into existence. End. Reflection.
Well, if I have to go again, my reflection is, I could just relate it right now to the coon. It's like, right now, we're learning something new about meditation and Osho. Even though when you ask for reflection, we should all get involved in that. Analyze what you're saying and suck it in like a sponge and contribute with a reflection based on what you're teaching, so you don't feel like you're just wasting your time. And I think that anything that got to do with the cone is if it's something like exhibition, presentation, if we can, we should get involved. That's what it's saying. It's just like the water. If there's a swimming pool, jump in it. If it's a parade, be part of it. If it's activity, be part of it. Like how you're doing this right now, I think we should all be part of it and appreciate what you're doing now, because you don't get this nowhere else. I don't even think in other martial arts schools they do meditation like how you do. So I'm very grateful and able to be here and able to participate. So anytime you do meditation, anytime you do something like that, I'm going to be part of it. And don't like shut up and make other people be participate. That's what you're trying to say. What I'm getting right now, that statement right there, to be involved in it. Don't just listen. You know, so I let some other people participate. But if it's up to me, I'll be in it every time you say something. But I'll be quiet. That's what I'm getting out of that one. Right?
Yep. Day 39. You have to be a ruler of the inner world. We have a kingdom inside, the true kingdom. We all want to become kings, but we go on searching in the wrong direction. We go on searching outside. One can become a worldly king, but still deep down know that one has missed. One is still poor, one is still empty. Nothing is yet fulfilled, and life has slipped out of your hands while you were collecting rubbish. And Alexander dies as poor as any beggar, so the whole show is just a deception. The true kingdom is of the inner. A Buddha, a Zarathustra, a Lao Tzu, a Jesus. They are true kings because they rule themselves. Ordinarily, we are slaves pretending to be rulers. Unless one conquers one's unconsciousness, one remains a pretender. One remains a slave and goes on playing all kinds of games of pretension and deception, goes on proclaiming, I am not what you think I am. And he knows what he is, and everybody else knows too, because everybody else is doing the same thing. All are beggars and all are hidden behind masks. Be a true king. The beauty of the inner kingdom is that there is no competition. You have your own kingdom, I have my own, and they never collide, they never overlap. Each person has an inner world so vast where there is no competition, no fight, no quarrel with anybody. And reflection.
What I get from that is that you gotta fulfill yourself, accept yourself, and more than anything, help yourself before you help others, and lead by example.
I like that teaching. I think it's really relevant to what I'm trying to do here in the martial arts in general. At least my eyes in the martial arts and what I feel that it's supposed to be. Each person has an inner world so vast where there's no competition, no fight, no quarrel with anybody. So while you're in your martial arts journey, it's about your inner growth and it's not about other people. It's about your own path. You know, it's not about competing. It's not about fighting. It's about your own growth. And you can keep on growing no matter how good you are, or no matter where you are when you started. You can always improve upon yourself. So the journey's endless, and you just do it till death. And that's how I see the journey to be. You know. Everywhere there's competition in this world, like everywhere you look, this is one of the few places that I want to bring where you don't gotta worry about none of that. Just relax and train. Find time for yourself. Find yourself. Express yourself. And that's the difference between art and sport. Notice it's martial arts, not martial sports. Art is self-expression. Art is your spirit, your soul. It's meditation. It's creativity. It's being yourself. Competition is pretty much the opposite of art. Competition is ego, pride, violence, aggression, winning, losing, killing, destroying. So, know the difference and learn to be an artist. That's what the school is trying to point you towards. If you do compete, then it's like a playful competition where it's not taken too seriously. It's like fun, you know, playing chess, not taking it too serious. Playing just whatever game, like, oh, let's see who can do more pull-ups. But you're not taking it so serious. You take it so serious, like these Olympic athletes, you know, they're competing for millions. They're competing for sponsorships. They're competing for livelihood. They're crying and bawling if they don't win. They're ecstatic when they do win. Some of them take drugs and steroids to get an edge. Some of them destroy their own health to win. Some of them might even kill to win. So it's different. Art is not like that. Art is just being yourself and just expressing yourself. It's different from that. Day 40. A wise man is naturally kingly. He may be a beggar, but he is still a king. His kingdom is of the within. He has inexhaustible treasures. He has overcome his unconsciousness. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is not knowledge. It is not conquering the unconscious. It is full of light. Not even islands of darkness are left in it. When your being is full of light, whether you possess anything or not does not matter. You are kingly. And reflection. Day 41. Those who say they don't believe in God also belong to God. Those who turn their backs toward God are also belong to God. And as far as God is concerned, they are all saved. The whole universe is already in the ultimate state. We have just forgotten. We have forgotten that we need not do anything. We have forgotten that we are already there where we would like to be. We have forgotten that we are already that which we want to be, which we dream about and desire. And we have never been otherwise, but a deep, deep sleep has fallen over us. The function of a master is not to save you, but just to remind you. And reflection. Day 42. Just as breathing and the circulation of the blood, food, nourishment are necessary for the existence of the body, so bliss is necessary for the soul. But a little digging inside is needed so that we can uncover the undercurrent. Once you have known your blissfulness, the source of it, your whole vision changes. Your whole perspective is new. Then you look at existence with new eyes. Then whatsoever you have found inside yourself, you will find everywhere, because whatsoever we are, we find in existence. Existence is simply a mirror. It reflects our real face, whatsoever it is. If we are covering our real face with the mask is reflected. Existence only echoes our beings. Once you have known the bliss is your nature, the whole of the universe becomes blissful. That is what is meant by realization, liberation, and reflection. Day 43. God is not a belief but a vision. To believe in God is absolutely non-essential. It is like a blind man believing in light, or a deaf person believing in music. They can't conceive of what they are believing in. They can't even imagine it. Their beliefs are deceptions. But that is not so important. It is far more important that they are deceiving themselves too. Godliness has to be an experience. My whole effort is not to give you a doctrine, but to help you to wake up, to help you so that you can open your eyes and see on your own. And reflection. Day 44. With ego, life is a misery, because if you are rooted in something false, you cannot celebrate. Only truth can release the energies of celebration in you. Only truth can become a song in your heart. The ego is the greatest lie. All other lies are byproducts of it. And because it is a lie, it stinks because it is a lie. It creates 1,001 problems around itself. It hides behind those problems. It creates a great facade of misery, such clouds of misery that you get involved in the misery and forget all about the root cause of it all. The moment ego is dropped, and it is only a question of your decision. If you want to drop it, you can drop it right now. Nothing can prevent you from dropping it except yourself. Instantly, your life goes through a radical change. It goes through a revolution. Great poetry and great music arise in you. And
on reflection of that, getting too solid in here. It's like you gotta learn to understand yourself. Knowing that, understanding that ego is not the way. The ego will always get you in trouble. When you try to compete, when you try to be the best or overcome somebody else or try to beat that person to his death, like there's other so-called martial artists that go in the rings, they're so full of ego, it's ridiculous. They show themselves that they're the better. They're not going to stop until they beat somebody's brain in to prove that they're the better. When they could just take the martial art for what it works and what it is, something beautiful and very spiritual, and just be yourself and let it be. Because I learned from being here, when I started, I ain't gonna lie, I was full of ego. And that ego get me in a lot of trouble. It actually got to the point that I had to pull my ACL. Because I was trying to be top of the game so bad that I won't stop. And it got me in trouble, so I can speak for experience. You gotta let go of the ego for other for you to be prosper and reborn again. You have to believe in something possible, something beautiful. You have to keep yourself meditated. You got to let go of everything that's gonna cause you to make you lose everything, because you're so concerned and want to be the best to the point that it will determine your health, get you in trouble. So the minute you let go of the ego, you will see everything will come more easy, more fluid, more peaceful, more lovely. And have a spiritual guidance. Is it by Buddha, Osho, Jesus Christ, Christian, whatever you believe in, just explore that and willing to learn more I'll let go of the ego, and you will see everything will look different from a different view. And that's what I'm going through in my life right now. I see stuff differently because I let go of the ego. So that's why my characters always be peaceful and willing to help other people, because that's what I am. I don't have no ego. I don't care to be number 1. I don't care to be number 15. It don't matter to me so long as I'm here, peace, and I'm in peace, mind, body, and soul. That's all that matters to me. That's what I had to say something about that part. Was I promised to stay quiet for everybody to contribute, but I had to say something about that. And that's my take on that.
Alright guys, get some water, take a little break, go on to the next thing.